This is the launch webinar for the Urban Studies Seminar Series, AI for Urban Governance. We are, sorry, this is automated and I can minimize this, right? Exactly. We are a group of colleagues who thought of creating this webinar series in a moment of intense use of development and use of artificial intelligence in all areas of urban governance. And we thought that the possibility of doing a seminar series funded by the Urban Studies Foundation would be an appropriate venue to try to discuss these issues and to generate an engagement between academia and the practice in urban governance in order to help a bit the immense discussion that is going on these topics of AI for everything. As I was saying, this is funded by the Urban Studies Foundation, which is a charity that dedicates itself to provide, support for innovative research in all areas of urban, and is also associated with a very well-known journal, Urban Studies. They have this model of seminar series that take place during a relatively long period of time, a year or so, and we were successful in achieving this award in the last round of funding during 2025. The proponents of this seminar series are myself. I'm a senior lecturer at the University of Manchester in the Department of Planning, Property and Environmental Management. I dedicate myself to topics of quantitative methods in urban planning with applications and uses in all areas of the urban and the built and the natural environment, including decision support methods and spatial analysis. I'll ask my colleague Doriana to introduce yourself, please.
Good morning from Brazil. My name is Doriana Darroa. I'm a professor at the University of Brasilia, here in Brazil, and I study technology, innovation, management, and public policies. It's a pleasure to be here to conduct these meetings with my colleagues, Nuno and Carlos, and everybody here.
Thank you, Doriana. Carlos, please.
Thank you, Nuno. I'm Carlos Ufin. I'm a senior lecturer at Suffolk University in Boston, and also the president of the International Institute for Urban Development based here in the Boston area as well. And I have been, my area of research has been sustainable urbanization, as I call it, for years working on access for urban communities to basic services, but also working on something that we will explore in the seminar series, which is the development of an AI-based platform for the identification of climate change risks in secondary and tertiary cities of the Global South as a tool to help urban governance, in this case, better planning and adaptation to climate change. Thank you very much. Thank you, Nuno.
Thank you. So we have today the collaboration of Alex Carpi, one of my PhD students here at the University of Manchester, who's helping us with the project too. So let's start. The context is well known for everyone, I believe, in this space of urban. AI is now ubiquitous, is probably not the single topic, because it isn't a single topic, but is the overarching topic that focus our research interests of a great number of us in urban whatever. It has been adopted in various degrees of use and adequacy in virtually all domains that we do. As we all know, has total political support of every corner of every government in any corner of the world. It has been put in the center of all policy and economic agendas in all countries and regions, like the European Union, and has hundreds of billions of public funds allocated to it. We might not know exactly what that amount of money means, really, but it's in the forefront of public investment these days. The other thing that we all know is the pace of development of AI itself is astronomical, is of a different scale for us, is also for computer scientists that we work on with. They all report it's fast paced. And the breakthroughs in the use of generative AI and large language models gain an exponential pace since they were popularized in 2022. It has powerful characteristics. It's a very simple and concrete conceptual proposal. Everyone was talking about artificial intelligence since ever. And now it's apparently it can deliver, is delivering on what we imagined as science fiction some decades ago, or some years ago even. And by opposition to other concepts that were also very, very popular in recent research agendas in urban, like smart cities or future proofing of big data and urban analytics, one could say that artificial intelligence, because of its own nature and simplicity, is even more capable of becoming the thing. And the promises of artificial intelligence are ambitious. It will deliver on processes simpler, faster, and cheaper, and perhaps error-free, they say, in some time. It will um, uh, counter the human factor in many of the decision-making processes or other analytical processes. And this will have, I would say, unforeseeable impacts. It's having already in societal dynamics, democratic process, the economy, and so on. We don't exactly know what all this means for our individual, personal, and professional lives, but also exactly what it means for our field of expertise and practice. AI will have or is having a societally changing impact of yet unclear consequences, as I said. Governments are trying to catch up and bring frameworks for governance and government, but they're also thinking about the problems that AI brings on bias and all the impacts it might have in its use for the good and for the bad. Um, it's also impacting on what we do in academia. We have lots of work being done on multiple aspects of the use of AI. And this leads to the impacts that, well, the decisions of governments to go for it with these massive overarching policies. This is creating the problems we know in society, in individuals, about job security. And at the same time, governments keep investing on it and putting the billions I told you before in all the geographies that are relevant for our project. Uh, at the same time, sorry for the confusion on the slides, at the same time, it's raising all these problems, ethical, political, societal problems of in some key aspects of our society, such as democracy, and eroding or at least challenging trust that citizens have in politics, but also public policy. And so it is our duty and our responsibility to try to help understand all this. The pace of change is really fast. In 2022, in the UK, a group of academics and practitioners came together and established the Digital Planning Task Force, and they did a very interesting report in analyzing the status of digital planning across the UK. They did an interesting and representative, I would say, survey to local authorities across the four nations of the country, and they asked, in between many aspects, they asked how people used tools, digital tools in the organization. And among all the tools that you can see listed in this graphic, machine learning and artificial intelligence in 2022 was rarely to never, or let's say sometimes to never used, i.e., in 2022, 3 years ago, it was still a novelty that pretty much no one used. Now, the pace of change is such that if you search on a academic database, Science Direct, for example, and you put AI and urban and uptake, just this, you have thousands of papers that address somehow the topic. And you can see that governments are catching up very fast in creating frameworks and deploying AI into different levels of government. And it's now known that this transformation is a fact. It will happen, and professionals at all levels of government need to adapt. Um, Good things are happening. In the UK, for example, there's already a database of algorithmic tools used in public organizations with the purpose of making, this deployment and use of digital, but especially AI. AI will be in the majority of this digital these days, uh, in an attempt to make it transparent, accountable, and replicable, in fact. And so, but that's a certainty. We are shifting towards that, and our observation and experience, both as an academic that teaches urban planning and methods for urban planning to a wide range of students, many of them already working in local government agencies or departments, is that there's still a lot to be done to prepare our professionals to be able to effectively apply digital tools in general and AI based tools in specific. So that's pretty much the context in which we proposed our seminar series to the Urban Studies Foundation, with a clear aim of promoting an urgently needed transdisciplinary academic debate with academics and urban governance practitioners on the development of a co-produced research agenda for new responsible and transparent AI capabilities for accessible decision support for urban governance. We really want to create a space um, that brings together academics from all disciplines and then practitioners in all domains of urban governance, so we can look at what we can, considering this fast pace of development, look at a good sample of what is being done out there in academia and also in the practice, to be able to understand a bit better what these new capabilities bring effectively to good practices of urban governance, and how this will be done in a way that is transparent, responsible overall, uh, allowing more access from stakeholders to better decision support, better informed approaches to urban governance, to citizenship, and to participation. This includes at this stage academics and professional practitioners, but we could also include here citizens in a later stage of this research. The objectives are basically to really try to co-produce a research agenda that includes these two spaces, academic research and practice and professional practice. We have a very important component of this seminar series, which is a series of training sessions for ECRs, early career researcher, including PhDs, but could be open if I'll explain in a minute how, to other academics and also other practitioners, to apply concepts that we are discussing in the seminar series to illustrative examples of AI in urban governance, so to test uh, these tools and capabilities against the main topics that this group will discuss and agree on to assess the use of these tools. And then to disseminate this new agenda among wider audiences, not only the ones that will participate in the seminars and training sessions, but also globally via webinars and policy briefs that will be produced, broadcast and produced immediately after, a month after every seminar and training event. At the same time, we are engaging with some diplomatic channels, making use of the fact that both the UK, the US, and Brazil are leading countries in development assistance and development programs. We are making already the contacts and bringing some capacity to disseminate the findings of this seminar series in those channels that promote mobility of policies and good practices, supported by the diplomatic systems that disseminate among countries that collaborate on their development policies with UK, Brazil, and USA. Our targeted communities are academics working in urban governance. We don't specify any domain. We will include some of the, I'll show you some of the areas you're looking at. Um, early career researchers and PhD students in these spaces, the same areas as the academics we are targeting. And then, very important, or as important, urban government practitioners in the different fields of urban governance. To reach out to all these stakeholders, these individuals, we are counting with the support of 3 relevant associations of practitioners in the UK, the US, and Brazil, namely the Massachusetts Municipal Association in the state of Massachusetts in the US, the National Federation of Mayors in Brazil, and the Local Government Information Unit in the UK. We will include topics, but not be limited to them, that are in this space, right? Policy innovation using AI. I wrote generative AI, but could be any AI. Societal use and impacts of AI. And ethics and good practices in this space. Issues related to the use of these tools in participation, in representation and democracy, and allowing more access of stakeholders to these capabilities, the discussion of open access versus proprietary AI, issues of transferability, data needs, etc. And focusing, as I said, in multiple domains: the built environment, the natural environment, the climate adaptation, transport, public investment, strategic decision making, local community engagement, and so on and so forth. We want to be able to identify key relevant aspects with these communities in 3 different countries, in the global north, in the global south, and gain a more integrated and deeper knowledge of how AI can really effectively be of use to these communities. As I said, we are putting some emphasis on early career researchers. We have a specific program, let's say, to ECRs, as defined by the UK Research and Innovation Council. Links are available in our webpage. ECRs will participate in the seminars, but also in the training workshops that are designed exactly to try to come up with a methodology to assess AI in a way that can be used both in research and in the practice. We are looking at a diverse background associated with urban governance, including but not limited to planning, architecture, economics and social sciences, engineering, data science and urban analytics, computer science, physics, mathematics, public administration, and so on and so forth. We want to bring a diverse set of participants, both in the seminars and in the ECRs and the training sessions, to discuss all the aspects of the use of AI. As I said, ACRs are defined by the definition of UKRI. We also welcome PhD students, which in our opinion are kind of ECRs. They have to be affiliated with higher education institutions or research institutions from the country where the seminars and trainings are taking place, meaning that, as you'll see in a moment in the program, we'll have some restrictions. So USA ECRs based in the USA can attend to the Boston event. ECRs based in Brazil can attend to Brazilian event, and ECRs in UK can attend to the Manchester event. We have a small support to support a small financial support for 10 ECRs for each of these training events. There will be a call for each of the events for ECRs to apply and apply to receive up to 125 around 120 British pounds in support for eligible expenses for travel and accommodation with some characteristics and terms that are available in our webpage. Now, the program during the next year, exactly, we will deliver on these events and also outputs with three main events. The one in Boston in December 2025, the second event in Brasilia in April 2026, and the final event in Manchester in July 2026. Each event is designed to have a series of components: one seminar of 1.5 days, one training event immediately after the seminar for 1 day, and 1 month after each seminar plus training, we will broadcast a webinar to disseminate the findings and discussions on this event, and we will issue policy briefs summarizing the conclusions of these events and identifying immediate possible impacts in policy design, in policy assessment, or in any other impact in society. The first event in Boston has the topic of what AI for urban governance. The second event in Brazil has a topic of AI as a tool for inclusive decision support. And the final event is an integrative one that will bring together all the discussions in which we will finalize this co-produced research agenda for responsible and transparent AI for decision support in urban governance. The logic is, as I said, the three main events have a seminar from day 1 and day 2, in which the seminar will bring academics in the day 1 afternoon. Sorry, there's an error there. It's day 1 afternoon, in which academics will prepare the seminar on day 2 by discussing key aspects of AI and urban governance and how to integrate effectively AI in this space. And then in day 2, we'll have both practitioners and academics discussing all these issues with 2 keynotes, one from a practitioner in the region where the seminar takes place, and another one with an academic with known work done in this area, also in the region where the seminar taking place. After the seminar, in the third day of this 3 days long event, we will have the training session with ECRs, where in the morning we will have first a discussion of what was presented and debated in the seminar before. Then we will have a selection of AI tools or capabilities within other tools with an introduction to its characteristics, and then this group of ECRs will start working on a methodology that I'll be detailing in a second, in groups to deconstruct this AI tool into single elements that allow us to understand better what it does, why it does what it does, for whom, in what conditions, under what regulatory terms, and so on, so we can assess this AI tool or capability under our perspectives. As I said, we then have a webinar 1 month later and a policy brief. The methodology in the training session has a main objective: co-produce and test a methodology to assess AI tools or capabilities for urban governance by deconstructing these existing models or functionalities into their basic components. The aim is really to allow every single individual, being a professional, a practitioner in an agency, a local government, but even a citizen, to understand better what a particular AI capability does for them. From the technical aspects of the AI um, tool or capability to its impacts, its risks, its transparency, and this will allow us to better judge what is presented to us sometimes as the only future to go. Each training event will focus on specific existing AI models or capabilities, and key components of this deconstruction will be the basic concepts behind the tools and the issues they address. We'll look at data requirements, data needs, the ethics of data, protection, risks, etc. We'll look at the models that are used and how these models are explained, validated, transparent, how they are communicated to the layperson, and how this can be improved. We'll assess user control. We'll assess the type of outputs, numerical, mapped, visual, etc. And we'll establish some indicators of usability and usefulness using existing methodologies already tested in previous projects. We'll develop a meta-analysis, and apologies for the typo there. A meta-analysis approach to assessing this AI for urban governance, and we will create an open access database of these assessments to guarantee that this is usable by other colleagues and professional colleagues. And also, this database will create the tool for any other assessment to be uploaded by third parties, not just by us, but by whoever wants to collaborate with us in any context into this project. I forgot to say that while everything, all the seminars and events will occur mainly in English or Portuguese, considering the locations of the events, we will produce the policy briefs into different languages to allow a bigger reach of the impacts of our findings to wider communities of practice across the globe. And that's pretty much it I had to say for now. We want to create a community of knowledge and practice after the work done on this seminar series. The participation of colleagues like you who are attending today the launch webinar is key for the success of this partnership. We would like to thank you for your attention and time to attend today. And now we will open the floor to hear your comments, suggestions, your questions, whatever you would like to share with us. We will do it now. Thank you very much. So I think everyone has the capacity to both speak, open your mic and speak, and also post in the chat. So please do come forward. Might be in English, might be in Portuguese, might be in Spanish. If you don't feel you want to speak in English, please ask your questions or provide us with your feedback about this idea of our seminar series. Right. We are open to, before someone posts something or asks the question, we are open to any contact from anyone from you. There's the audience here is global, is beyond the 3 countries where the seminars will take place. We are very open to hear your comments and your suggestions. We are also open to hear possible ideas of further collaboration beyond the scope of just these 3 partners of the current partners of the seminar series. And we would really be happy if ideas would come, and even interest of organizing parallel things with the seminar series in a way that we could somehow discuss. Right. Carlos and Doriana, and do you want to add something to what has been said?
Just a few words, Nuno, to I hope to welcome all of you who can come to Boston in December. We have, we're looking forward to the first seminar in the series. And for those of you who don't know, Suffolk University is a small university located in downtown Boston. So it is in a very central location in Boston, very accessible. And as you probably are aware, we have a very rich community, academic community in Boston of many different universities and many different departments that we have invited also to participate in the seminar. From a variety of institutions working on urban issues, including some specific work going on in the area of urban studies or urban affairs and artificial intelligence, for example, at the Harvard Kennedy School. And so we are looking forward to, we hope it's going to be a very rich seminar. And also Boston itself is an area of a lot of innovation and a lot of work going on AI. So we are excited about the seminar, and we hope some of you can join us in Boston in December.
Thank you, Carlos.
Well, and if I can add, I think for
Yeah.
the training session, we are hoping also, as I said earlier, I'm also the president of a nonprofit entity called the Institute for International Urban Development, where we have pioneered a platform called AI Climate that uses AI to provide a tool for the rapid detection and upgrading of the identification of informal urbanization processes and climate change risks in these areas, mostly for the cities, the secondary and tertiary cities of the global south. So in the training session, we are hoping, one of the ideas we have been discussing with Nuno is that we hope to show you this tool and then really hack it and deconstruct it. I mean, it's an open source tool, so the more the merrier for us, and to be able to look at it and how it works and what are its limitations, what are the constraints, and use it as a use case of AI for supporting decision making, better decision making in cities, true to the spirit of the seminar series.
Right. Thanks, Carlos. If there are no comments or suggestions, the only thing you can wish is please bookmark the webpage of our project. We will be posting and updating it in the webpage soon. So we are about to just launch the announcement of the Boston event early next week. And also, we hope that through different channels, through our partners in UK, the US, and Brazil, but also perhaps other partners in other countries, we can do a very effective dissemination of the policy briefs that we'll be issuing, and that some impact could be achieved from our work. We look forward to see you. Follow us in our webpage, also in LinkedIn. There's some posts that you can see on LinkedIn. And thank you very much for your time on a Saturday's tomorrow, on a sunny, at least here in Manchester, a sunny afternoon, which is something. It was one of the last sunny times before the winter. So thank you very much, everybody, and we keep in touch, hopefully.